Oh, wait. Oh, no. I was muted, so that means no intro songs played. And now all you get is straight up my voice. So, sorry, Dieter. Dieter music is not being played today. Let me also go to a different screen here on the vertical screen. There you go, so you guys are not stuck on the loading intro screen. All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome. I need to check if the vertical stream even has audio. Like, I've never tested that, so let me do the quick test right now on my phone while I say hi to you guys. How was your weekend? A nice little Memorial weekend for you guys in America. In Canada, it is a long weekend, but it was last weekend, so this weekend's not actually a long weekend for us. Let me see how this mobile stream looks like on my phone. Give me a second. I can't watch my own stream on the phone. Huh? Huh? Okay, that's awesome. I can't watch it, but apparently you guys can, because I can see you in the chat. But that's good. But yeah, who cares? Let's just continue the stream as we were intending to, and then I'll do the test later on off stream, and I'll figure it out. One thing I did forget, very all over the place today. I forgot to turn the lights on. So Alexa, lights on. Wait, is that should turn on my lights. I hope it doesn't turn on like hallway lights. Alexa, lights on. Yes, that should turn on my lights. And now we are ready. We're locked and loaded. I was watching the Starship 9th flight take off before going live. Kind of got lost in that flight that was going off. They lost the booster today. I think it was the first time that the SpaceX lost the booster. I'm not sure if they've lost boosters before. We're not talking about COVID boosters. We're talking about the booster engine that they send out and then they usually retrieve. They land by themselves. This big one he actually catches with the maxilla arms or whatever. But this time lost. Where is my stream? Where I was watching. Was it over here? I need to have that stream back up again so I can make sure that when they're landing, when they're landing the ship again, I want to make sure I'm watching that. But yeah, losing their booster, does it have any implications for not Tesla, but for DXYZ, which is a stock that does hold SpaceX shares? Previously, the stock has taken off, pun intended, has lifted off, pun intended, when SpaceX was doing well in their missions or on their missions. But now that the last two missions were failures, basically, this mission is also, I guess, in the failure book because they did lose a booster. So gaining vital information, which is good, gaining good information from these failures, always a good thing. But how does that impact the market? How does that impact stocks? How do we make money is always a question that you have in the back of your head if you're a day trader. So if you have questions like that, you're at the right spot. You're here to watch your boy TraderPrad. Usually if you're new here, for example, if you're watching me on the mobile live stream or whatever, if you're new here, I stream Monday to Thursday as long as the market is open. Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. I talk about my trades on the day. We also go over some of the most important stocks or hot movers on the day and prepare for them so we can trade them the next day. So basically a little watch list preparation, and then some stocks that the chat throws at me, we'll look at that too. But for the most part, that's basically what we do around here. Welcome, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and if you stay tuned, you will be pointed to some good discounted software, so stay tuned for that. Let's head over to the full screen for the main stream. For the mobile stream, you guys are already on the main screen. I want to show you guys my wonderful trades on the day. Well, my two best trades and my two worst trades, I guess. Starting with, let's start with the worst ones. Possibly, well, Alex Jones. Yeah, I would love to watch Alex Jones, just not now, because I'll get demonetized completely from YouTube. I'm not sure if he's even allowed on YouTube anymore. Is Alex Jones allowed on YouTube? Anyways, HOLX popping into the north side today after a halt around 240-ish or so. Unhalted around 250. And it was a rumor that the stock is getting bought out. And the rumor actually turns out to be false. It's a false rumor. So the stock actually pops up from the halt. There was a iceberg buyer here, so I figured, ooh, if there's a buyer here, there's an opportunity for me to get long and risk not too much on this position. So I gave it about $1 risk, which I guess is still a lot of risk at that moment. If I'm playing off of like an iceberg buyer, which was at $66, I should have just risk right below 66, probably 65.89, probably even 65.50, and taken much less of a hit than I did on HOLX today. But still, I gave it an attempt. I actually didn't even look for the news. I just saw it pop up on the scanners. I shouldn't say I didn't look for the news. I did look for the news. I didn't find the news in that time, whereas I was making the tape read. The tape read was happening much quicker than what I was seeing, than what I was able to find on the news channels, such as Benzinga, Twitter, and so on. So I couldn't really find anything about it in that meantime, and then I found the little tape read. The tape read ended up being on the wrong direction, because shorting off of that break of the iceberg seller, or I should say actually iceberg buyer, should have been pretty big of an indication that, hey, the buyer got wiped out and the stock is possibly getting sold, since that news is actually a false news, right? A fake news, or not fake news. It was not accepted. The buyout price was not accepted, so the stock plummeting right back to the downside, as anyone who bought this run up is now just taking profits off of that move. So sometimes doing research pays, sometimes not doing the research and just playing off the level 2 and time of sales pays. This time it didn't pay. So taking the beating on that one. CCL, the stock was just on an absolute heater. 2350, if you look at it on a daily chart, is actually some sort of a level here. Let me bring it up on my charts here for us. So if you go to CCL on the daily chart, you can see how the stock is. Let me delete all of those lines down there, kind of not important anymore. Right there at 2346, where that white line is, 2350. The stock just has a one-shot move, no red bars on the way up there at all. Green, 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 green. I mean, do I need to spell it out? Just straight green bars all the way up to that price. So sometimes when things like this happen, it's like a hedge fund or a big buyer saying, I am buying everything from here to wherever the heck I want to, right? And they just turn the buy program on that just buys. If you buy too much at one moment, you're just gonna move this price too much too quick, and then you're gonna halt it. You're gonna potentially have to deal with SEC and so on. SEC will probably hit you with why didn't you trade on the close or on the open? So sometimes they'll just have to move it slowly throughout the day. Sometimes they're just irrational. They're just gonna be like, we want these prices, we like these prices. These prices are only a couple percentages away from, it's probably still in single digit percentages. Yes, still in single digit percentages away from the 200-day moving average. This is a cruise line. The markets are booming right back up to the north side. So all things considered, someone said, I want X amount of shares on CCL, let me just buy it all up, and you got that beautiful move. Once that buy algo kind of dies out, you can see how the stock never really took out previous bar lows. So once it just kept going higher and higher, you almost got I wouldn't call this a capitulation candle, but you got the highest volume of the day into the higher day into a daily level. So all things combined, I figured that was all systems go short. So starting with the pretty decent sized short over there, and I was in the money. I guess I was like 10 cents of the money for a $23 stock. 10 cents, that's not a lot, but it's still good money that I should be taking, given how much I was actually risking on this trade. I wasn't risking a lot. I think maybe 5 pennies based on where my entry was. So 5 pennies and I was getting 10 pennies. That's a 2:1 easy scalp. I decide not to take any profits. Instead, I'm watching the stock go to my stop, not trigger my stop, but instead show me a double top. So I'm figuring, okay, are you gonna give me a double top to get short into for a bigger move into VWAP and then a potential even bigger move below VWAP for the rest of the day? Turns out that's not the story, as the buyer, whoever was buying all day, just kept buying, but just lot slower for the rest of the day compared to how they were buying off the open. So getting stopped out. I added to a full size A+ trade over here, so taking that loss is you know, is a little sad, but still I thought that there could be something here that I was working with. Had that actually been a double top, we go back into VWAP, the stock trades at VWAP, fails to bounce off of VWAP, and then you know, actually starts to trade below VWAP. That just opens up for almost the full reversal back into 2250 area, where I get to really ride the stock for a full dollar per share or more intraday, which would have been awesome. Would have been probably a better trade than what Roblox was today, but it is what it is. I'm okay with this loss over here. I think I was trying really hard to also make that a really good trade. It just didn't work out. This one I should have done a lot better on. SMR, a new all-time high. You got the last Friday, I think Trump was supposed to sign a nuclear deal. I'm not sure if he actually signed a deal or not. I didn't pay attention to it. But obviously a lot of these stocks are nuclear, going nuclear, going to the upside. OKLO, for example, NNE, SMR. SMR taking to a new all-time high today, showing you support around 30 bucks. I wasn't even in the office at this time. I got into the office around 10 o'clock. I noticed that SMR was kind of giving you a little bit of an imperfect flag. You can maybe even call this a perfect flag, I don't know. It was giving you some sort of a pattern around this area that you could monkey along into, which is what I did. I took the high day breakout around 34, but sadly I got shook out right into 34.50. Much later in the day, the stock does go higher into a 36 or more, so I do miss out on some gains over there on SMR, sadly. Because I get shaken out on it. So you do get the 2:1, not even 2:1. You do get the what is it? Your entries somewhere here. You're getting about $1.20. Your entries here, and your stop is about 24 cents. So that's like a monster risk to reward trade. But I just got shaken out, and had I just stuck to, you know, my longer EMA trail, which is always the 21 EMA on the 5-minute, it would have at least gotten me closer to $35, which is where the measured move exit is coming into also. So taking that measured move exit, you know, everything was picture perfect. I just didn't trade it that way. Still profitable on it. You know, I shouldn't be too upset at myself, but sometimes, you know, it's like you gotta be upset at your performance like this, otherwise you're just gonna pat yourself on the back and just move on, and then you're not gonna get better. So, you know, you gotta slam it. You gotta be mad at yourself, and you gotta be able to hold it for that better move. I could have at least held these last 2 lots to break even, which is honestly what I did, what I was thinking about doing with Roblox today, which was my best trade of the day. Roblox monster move, insane. What the hell is going on? I think they're watching my young cousin in America, Washington DC, graduate. Shout out to my cousin in Washington DC. graduate high school. So my parents and my brother are celebrating downstairs. Anyways, coming back to Roblox. Roblox is obviously a monster game, I guess. I've never played it, I never will, but apparently it's a monster game. The daddy credit card, the daddy money is just too strong for this game. Basically going back into the IPO ranges. It's already above the IPO range, to be honest, but going back into the IPO ranges and going back into crazy territories. You got a nice little tight flag over here. After the earnings report, the stock has been making a non-stop heater of a move and just giving you these little setups here and there to take advantage of, and now it's a little dislocated from the earnings VWAP, but still giving you a little, you know, some sort of a setup intraday for you to take advantage of, and on the swing too if you want to. You could have potentially taken that long on 83, and now you're watching this name basically close at high a day, going higher into the after hours into $85-86. So just very bullish of a chart here from what's going on. I don't really know the numbers of Roblox like that to mention to you guys, but one thing I do notice is a setup where I've been very profitable on. It's these names where they look good on the daily chart, meaning they take out a level on the daily chart, right? They take out some sort of a level on the daily chart. They have good relative volume. Roblox in this case, you can see how it actually has, I'm not sure if this is actual legit volume or not, but let's say that is legitimate volume, right? I don't pay for data on TradingView, so I'm not sure if that's legitimate or not, but maybe you guys on some other platforms could actually confirm that for me. Roblox over here, you know, giving you that capitulatory volume type of a feeling. You get that one straight move to the upside, you got a big volume candle, and the stock just doesn't do anything from there. Here it usually just dies off to the downside and completely retraces where it capitulates, or it you know, just trades sideways on very little volume. And then when it starts to bounce off of VWAP, you'll see volume picking back up, which is what exactly happens on this name. So let me hide that volume candle. You can see how on its way to VWAP, the volume dies down, but then once it gets into VWAP and away from it, the volume starts to pick up. And that's exactly what I've been looking for these recent days for, you know, OKTA, I guess, on Friday, if I can remember exactly. Affirm last week or the one before that. These names have been very profitable. The setup has been very profitable for me. So just looking for this and taking that little breakout volume bar and looking for stock to hold above the midpoint of that area. It never came back to that midpoint. It never came back to VWAP until it hit that double top. Once it hit that double top, then I figured, you know, there's no more move left on this name. Let me just take my profits. So you can see how pre orders, I guess I had orders already there before the stock even went there. Once it goes into that area, the orders trigger and I get alerted and I go, oh, okay, something's going on. I need to check the screen and stop looking at you know, thoughts on Instagram. So look at the screen quickly, and then Roblox stands out that, hey, we're actually double topping. It doesn't look like it has too much of moves to the upside, and yeah, let me take my nice profit. Someone actually messaged me and said, hey, that's a pretty good trade. That's a perfect VWAP bounce trade. Thank you for that. Conan Capital, if you're watching, I appreciate that. But yeah, my best trade today. I did have some other trades here and there, but nothing of too much importance, so not anything worthy of talking about. Usually flat trades, so I figured why bother posting some of these flat trades. They're just a waste of screen space. So I'm just only gonna post my 2 best and 2 worst trades of the day, because I think that's where you learn the most, right? 80% of your money is made from what, 20% of the stocks or something like that, the 80-20 rule, if I remember accurately. That is, trying to drill that more and more into my head, trying to trade less and trade more money on the better setups by trading less overall, and remembering that when you see a setup, that's where you want to really hammer in and put your money into. Are they showing the booster going back and forth and completely going wonky? I guess that's what they're showing on their streams over there. Okay, as you guys can see on my main screen is OKTA. Sorry, not OKTA. Well, it is OKTA, but it is Benzinga Pro. If you're interested in this awesome tool, amazing software, go check out my link in the description below. Linktree. My Linktree links will show you all my affiliate sponsors. You'll get cool little discounts by using code PRAD15. For Benzinga Pro, you just have to click the link. Just by clicking the link, you'll get 10% off. But I also want to show you this awesome tool called Traders Insight, which has actually been saving me a hell of a lot of time recently with their awesome AI capabilities. And they got a lot more new things coming up ahead. They said they got some new partnerships coming up, some new fancy things that I'm not allowed to talk yet, but some very cool fancy things, especially backtesting with AI. Imagine you're testing with just simple words. You're backtesting strategies with just words. You're saying every time QQQ gaps up by 3%, or let's not say 3%, every time QQQ gaps up by at least 0.5%, take the opening range breakout long and see how many times that works out. And just by typing that, you get a nice little back test and it works out for you instead of you having to set it up. Actually, now I'm interested to see if Grok even can do that. Back test going long QQQ opening. I got this goddamn mic in front of me, I can't type properly. Opening range 5-minute breakout for the past 2 years. Go long at if QQQ has gapped up by 5% or more, but less than 1.5%. Let's see if this works out, because that'd be pretty cool if Grok and Perplexity can do this. Are you just telling me how to do it? I know how to do it. I'm asking you to do it with the data. You figure out where to get the data. Okay, this guy is just telling me how to do it. See, Grok won't do it because obviously that's a lot of data for Grok to be able to figure out and be sometimes you also got to pay for that data. Thankfully, Traders Insight has got you covered on all of that stuff. So if you guys are interested in this amazing tool, also get 15% off by clicking that link or by using PRAD15 at the checkout. I use it for small cap and for large cap. The last old tool that I used to use, I still do, which is a really good tool for back testing. But this awesome website, this awesome tool here now incorporates all of that and more, coming soon. So go check them out. Traders Insight. I'm promising you, if you're a day trader, you want to make sure that you have awesome tools like this. Let's start with some of the names that are reporting earnings today. Oop, I gotta what the hell is the garage opening for? Okay, so taking a look at the stocks that are reporting earnings this week, since we did not stream Monday being the day off, stocks already reported. Pinduoduo, they actually dropped by a big time to the downside. Scotiabank, Canadian name, reported, didn't even notice that. OKTA reporting today after hours. Obviously, the stream title is talking about how OKTA dropped by about 12.5% or so. Box, another name, SQM. Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS, ANF. That's a name that will be very, very important. Well, I guess I'll think it'll be a little important for tomorrow. Pre-market, Macy's, Kingsoft Cloud, BMO for my Canadians. But most important tomorrow is probably everyone in the world will be watching this one. Nvidia reporting tomorrow after hours. CRM is another big one. CRM actually reported that they were buying INFA. I forget what INFA's actual name is, but they were buying out INFA for about $8 million or so. I think it comes out to $25 per share for INFA. So CRM reporting, giving out that report just before the earnings report, which is kind of cool. C3AI reporting tomorrow after hours. Elf Beauty tomorrow also. So some really big names to keep an eye out for. After that, Thursday pre-market, Foot Locker's, Best Buy, some big names over there. If I remember correctly, Foot Locker was a name that previously got announced as a buyout candidate, right? Somebody said they were gonna buy out Foot Locker. Did I get that right, or am I imagining things at the moment? I can't remember if I do remember somebody saying that they were gonna buy a Foot Locker. Who was it? ON? Was it ON who was gonna buy out Foot Locker? Anyways, so Foot Locker is a buyout name. Best Buy obviously is an important one. KSS previously was a buyout name, no longer a buyout name. Hormel Foods, maybe a little important. Food 2, very important. Burlington, that one will for sure be on watch. Gap, Ulta, Zscaler, Dell Technologies, Costco, Marvel. Some other big names over here coming out Thursday after hours. Ambarella, I don't remember ever trading them, but they're up here. NetApp, American Eagle Outfitters, and Canopy Growth on Friday. I almost said pre-market. No one reports Friday pre-market. Friday pre-market. CGC. And that's about it for Friday pre-market, because I don't remember trading any of these other names ever. Shoe Carnival, Crisco Labs. I mean, what the ticker is that? TIGR. Oh, that one's important for sure for the China sector. TIGR for sure. Got to keep an eye on that one. Futu is in the same basket. So a couple of Chinese names this week. PDD reporting today. Where's the other one that I just saw? It was where'd it go? PDD, TIGR, Futu. There we go. Okay. So today's earnings reports, I guess the only two ones that I care about are going to be OKTA, or I guess we can throw SQM in there. SMTC, did you make a move, or are you even worthy of talking about? SMTC, you reported earnings. Let's go check the 5-minute chart here. You didn't really make a move at all. What is your 30-day average volume? 20 million. And I mean, your chart's not that bad. What do you do? Semiconductors? But you went lower. So it's not really that worthy at all. SQM did report, or no, I think they're reporting. Did they already report? I thought they report today, right? SQM, yes, they were supposed to report, but now we have yet to see anything on TradingView. But maybe Benzinga has it. Hopefully Benzinga has something on their report. Let me just turn off Bollinger Bands here so we can see the charts a little bit better. Yeah, SQM is not even doing volume, chat, so we're not even gonna bother with SQM on the watch list. Looks like the SpaceX flight is done, so I missed it. I'm not sure if the rocket blew up too. Hopefully rocket did not blow up for the third time, but if the rocket blew up too, oh man, that's pretty sad. But it's better failing now than failing with actually having humans in that big FR is what it was supposed to be called, big effing rocket, but now it's called, what was this, the Starship. Okay, starting with OKTA, we do have our good friends at the Traders Insight using their AI to help us disseminate some of the information hella quick. So growing by 21% year over year, recurring recur, I'm guessing that's what it means. I'm trying to guess what RPO means. Grew by 21%, grew by 14% year over year. Record GAAP and non-GAAP, operating cash flow 241 million. That's all looking good, but one thing that I really want to see is the forward guidance. The forward guidance is 2026 guiding 3.15 to 3.2 to 3.23 to 3.28 versus 3.20. So I guess they did raise it from this to this, and the estimate was this, so they did raise it. A firm's outlook 2.85 to 2.86 to 2.85 to 2.86 versus 2.86. Okay, so what the heck am I reading that all that extra for, Benzinga? Come on. So affirming the guidance, they're pretty much in estimate lines. I want to see a couple more things over here to see if we can find any reason why the stock potentially nosedived 12%. Even though they are showing you growth by 12% or more. Come on, kids. OKTA expects full year 2026 revenue to be in the range of, okay. Not seeing any specific reason in the guidance, nor in, sadly, the report itself as to why the stock would plummet the way it did. So OKTA diving down by, I'm more so concerned for my position on CrowdStrike, honestly, and that's why I'm trying to dive so deep into it. So I have a swing position on CrowdStrike, and thankfully CrowdStrike didn't really do too much of a move to the downside off of that report, which is perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. I think PanW recently reported earnings also, and actually went lower. So there you go. You see PanW went lower. It's yet to go back into the prices where it was pre-earnings, and CrowdStrike hasn't even reported yet. And they are already in the higher territory. So I'm a little worried if I'm looking at the stocks that already are in the sector and they just reported. I'm a little worried about that. So obviously making sure that my position's good. But coming to OKTA, which is a name that I'll be interested for a day trade, all things are looking good at the moment. I want to go see what OKTA is on the PE side. Was OKTA at a high PE? That would make a lot more sense. So maybe you're not growing hard enough, well enough, fast enough. Harder, faster, stronger. Is that how the song goes? Anyways, you're not growing quick enough for me to think that you deserve to be trading at 2,000 times your revenue or whatever, your earnings, right? So not worth it at all for me to at that point look for a heavy long, especially when the market's selling it off. Had the PE been like 12, 20, 30 and the stock is dropping into some of these ascending moving averages, which it is, it's right at the previous earnings VWAP. So right around 110, 108, if I remember correctly. If you zoom back in, you can see the previous earnings VWAP is exactly where the stock is kind of finding support into, surprisingly enough, right? Gotta love how that works out sometimes. So that 109, 110 area, if any bounces tomorrow and the stock is not able to find buying above 110, that's basically the line in the sand. If we're able to defend 110 tomorrow on OKTA, then there is simply no shorts. But if we're not able to defend 110 tomorrow, then it's all systems go. Whatever, if it opens below 110, I think I'm gonna watch for a bounce to see how a bounce reacts, and then I could look for some shorts. So that inflection level is that $110. Watching how that level plays out tomorrow for sure. Pre-market will be pretty indicative. I think in pre-market, if the stock does drop a lot more, we drop a lot more in pre-market, and then we start creating higher lows, higher highs, then I might just look for some sort of a higher day break long to get into for a scalp. But I'll always be ready to flip short based on what happened over here. That is a very high PE, and I think you know, people are just tired of seeing small growth from a company who's still growing, but not growing by ridiculous numbers that they potentially want to see them growing with. The next stock is BOX. Box. Oh, nice move on BOX. Big pop to the north side. 37 high off the earnings move. Earnings VWAP right around $35. Let's go into the yearly chart here. 1 year chart is showing you a double top right into, what is that, 35.74. I'm pretty sure the stock is already above it, and that would be a new all-time high. So brand new all-time high on somewhat of a recent IPO. I guess you can't call this recent. It's 2015. So it's been IPOing. It's been IPO'd longer than I've been trading for. So clearly can't call this a recent IPO, right? So Box, I don't even know what they do, I'll be honest with you. I thought this was Dropbox, but maybe not. Maybe they're a completely different company. But Box basically reclaiming the 200-day moving average, breaking the all-time high, and going above it all in one straight shot. Oh, I thought they were above it. No. Anyways, they broke the all-time high, but now trading slightly below it on one straight move on earnings reports. So this is a pretty bullish move overall. Gotta go check out what the earnings report looks like. So let's go pull up Box on our good friends Benzinga and not be lazy and use AI to do our work for us. Let's go read the report here. Release first quarter report coming in with 26 cents, beating reported 30 cents, beating 26 cents estimate, reporting 276 cents, beating 274.8 estimate, revenue same period last year 264. That doesn't look too hot. I mean, come on now, that doesn't look amazing to me. Continuing down the report here, I actually might have to bring in the screen like this because the vertical people can't see. Do we care about the vertical people? Vertical people, if you can't see, you gotta go watch me on YouTube on the better stream, okay? The bigger stream, the bigger screen. Prad in the house, any thoughts on UNH? It looks overextended on the downside, or is it going to the same place as the Toronto Maple Leafs? Ban this guy. Joe Green, who the hell is Joe Green? Ban him. Get him out of this channel. Mods, get him right now. Honestly, UNH might just end up in the same gutter that Toronto Maple Leafs always will be in. You never know. My thoughts on UNH is, honestly, the fundamentals don't change too much just because one CEO got shot and the other CEO is quitting or whatever. Maybe he's too scared. He's worried about his life, right? Where was the Mangione drop? That was the Mangione drop. It recovered right back and then right back to the downside. So I don't know. It is for sure a little extended, but are they not gonna make that sweet cheddar cheese? You know, are they not gonna keep making the sweet cheddar cheese? One sad thing, though, I guess not a sad thing, a beautiful thing, is the company is not the stock and the stock is not the company. So that's always something you gotta remember, which means the stock can keep going lower. It will be irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So if you can't stomach a bigger drop, and if you can't keep averaging down into it, then maybe you want to take a loss and come back when it goes lower, so you can snag up some shares. But if you ask me, the fundamentals don't really change on this name at all. Just because the CEO's dropped, right? The stock is dropping like it's hot though, like an absolute rock, dropping to the downside. And if you ask me, overextended is a very good way to put it. Very good way to put it. Coming back to Box, Joe Green, I'm gonna have to send you where the Toronto Maple Leafs belong in the shadow realm, buddy, just for bringing up that comment. Banned. All right, now I'm joking. Welcome to the stream, brother. Continuing down to box, I mean, this is not impressive at all. 26 cents, 30 cents, 276, 274, 264. That's not impressive by any means. Remaining obligations up 21%, up 17% on a constant currency. Billings up 27% or 17%. Profit or 80% of revenue, up from 80% of revenue. Okay, whatever. Where's the guidance? Are you even gonna post the guidance? No guidance? Awesome. Box stock prediction 2025. Equity research can be a valuable source of information for learning about company fundamentals. Analysts can create what the fuck am I reading over here, dude? 1 year price target of 36, representing an expected upside of 14.39%. Well, the stock already got there because the difference in assumptions analysts can. Okay, what is who wrote this? What is the point of this statement? Anyways, I guess some grandpa is gonna read it and be like, oh, I have to invest in box now. Nobody even knows what this company does. I'm trying to see if there's extra information, any guidance information anywhere. A little bit over here, raises full year sales guidance to from 1.16 billion to whatever to 1.17, so barely raising it, and the estimate was in line. This looks like an absolute BS sham of an earnings report, and they're growing, yes, but they're not growing like drastically. So whatever, at the end of the day, a move is a move and you gotta respect it. The stock has traded sideways for so long, if you ask me, and finally pushing into an all-time high. At this point, if buyers do start to respect anywhere above 36, there's just no short. But if we do pop back into 36 and we're finding selling over there, potentially some short opportunities for a quick intraday scalp. The earnings report is fine and the PE is fine, so I guess looking long is not the worst thing to do at the moment. You got a beautiful gap up. It would be better if the pre-market had something to do like this. If you had this area building as a support in pre-market and then that area acting as a resistance in the pre-market, then taking that breakout of that area off the open or something juicy like that would just open up much better possibilities, the scenarios, the trading opportunities. But if we're stuck in this area, it kind of makes things a little dull. You still get a beautiful range to scalp it in, but it makes things a little dull. This makes a little bit more fun, but that is the most fun if you ask me. So a couple of scenarios, couple of permutations that I can see playing out tomorrow on BOX. Let me quickly add that one on my watch list to keep an eye on. BOX inflection is basically 36 at this point. You're either above 36 or you're below 36. It's very simple for me. Support's got to be around 35.50. If it's not holding 35.50 tomorrow, then that really means this earnings report's a sham, and then Prad was absolutely right and you slam that short tomorrow. Okay, slam that short tomorrow. BOX watching for sure. After that, I think it was actually nothing important on the report. SQM potentially, maybe. I guess I said I'm not going to care too much about SQM. Did it actually drop lower? It didn't even move. So we're not going to care about SQM too much unless it actually makes a move in pre-market and brings in some volume. So sadly, that is all she wrote for earnings reports today after hours. Couple stocks reporting tomorrow pre-market. Let me quickly add some of those in my watch list here. So that's going to be DKS, ANF, Macy's, KC. Oh, that's it, man. Earnings season is coming to an end. Earnings season coming to an end. And now I'm that person who was crying last week, and I was telling you guys not to cry last week, right? Anyways, PDD, that's got to go on the watch list for sure because they reported today pre-market. AutoZone, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, DKS. Let's quickly go to DKS. Retail sports goods, Foot Locker. Was it DKS who was going to buy Foot Locker? I think it was DKS was gonna buy Foot Locker. It was. Hey, okay. I still have a good memory. That's good. I was pretty upset with myself. I just didn't express it, but I was pretty upset with myself for not remembering who it was. but I'm pretty happy that I finally remember after actually pulling up the ticker. Usually when a stock is buying out another company, that means they're spending money, so they will usually go down off of that report. So I guess that's what this move is. You get a nice little double bottom though, beautiful double bottom on the stock, and a bounce after that. The market move going up today, I guess, also took DKS right back up. Wait, DKS just recently reported on 15th of May. So how are you reporting again? Was this maybe preliminary reports and then we're actually getting a report? Not sure if DKS actually reports tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. But looks like they might have already reported, and the stock was trying to go higher, but the Foot Locker report potentially dropped it a little bit and then going back up. So maybe DKS actually not reporting tomorrow and Earnings Whispers is wrong. Make sure that you are checking your resources too, but I'm gonna say that they already reported. ANF is the other one to keep an eye out for. This stock was once the most loved stock out there based on how it moved. I mean, I was very much in shock, and even at these prices the PE was very cheap, so the stock was not trading at a expensive price, but sadly being pushed down at the moment. And now based off of the earnings report, which I wouldn't doubt will be banger, we'll be watching to see how this stock plays out. Potentially even worth keeping an eye out for. The swing account, sadly, you know, this is a downward sloping 200-day moving average. You never want to be positioned too heavily into a stock that's you know, on a downward moving sloping 200-day moving average, but that could be a good target, right? You could potentially risk $10 for a big move into 120, and then if that starts to flatten out and go like this, that means the stock is basically going like this again. So we'll be watching ANF report tomorrow. We'll be watching mainly for the swing account before the day trade too. There are some levels over here that we could potentially pop above and then pull back and show support to look for a long, and if that does happen, that's when I'll be looking to pull a trigger on ANF. Pretty sure that one's on the watch list. It is. Next one is Macy's. M4 Macy's making I can't remember the last time I traded Macy's, I'll be honest with you, but I'll watch it. I can't remember the last time I traded Macy's. Probably somewhere here, somewhere in these prices, 2024 February potentially, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I did it. Let's go to KC, which was the last one, I think. KC also has light volume for a very low price name, which is a turn off. It is on the edge of what is it, borderline, fuck, what do you call it? Nice call on SMR today. Oh, are you in the Discord, Joe Green? I think you are in that Discord with me, with these guys, with the Lance Discord pod, right? Hell yeah, with the Lance Discord pod. Yeah, I called out that trade. Hopefully you guys took it. Joe Green, I'm guessing that's you. Joe G, Joe Green, I'm guessing that's you. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, appreciate it. And I'm glad to see you on the stream. I appreciate you showing up to the stream. Let's go. We're making friends. We're making new viewers. All that. Awesome. Damn, I got shaken out on RR. What is RR? Is that a stock that went up today? Oh, robotic sector. That's right. Robotic sector has been going crazy. You know what actually went nuts today? iRobot up 50%. Insane. We got to put the robotic sector on the watch list. I mean, this is how themes move. You guys remember when last time stocks were going crazy? There were themes, there were sectors that were moving together, and that's where this crack list, as I call it, came into play, right? You have different sectors and you get to really see where money is being put into. So right now you have a couple sectors already taking place. You have energy, quantum, robotics, energy, quantum, robotics, drone, nuclear. So a couple sectors over here to keep an eye out for. I have to sort some of these other stocks in their sectors. I'll do it eventually. I don't want to do it on stream. That's a waste of your guys' time. But yeah, make yourself a watch list like this and keep a track of stuff, right? Also got to put GE, GEV, and a bunch of other names. So make a watch list, keep a track of names, and you'll be really able to see what stocks within the sector are also actually important. For example, you see LEU, SMR, OKLO. I didn't even know LEU was a nuclear name. All I knew was LEU was moving today. I never bothered to look up how the stock was actually moving, but I know it was moving today, and LEU, I apparently had it in my watch list, right? So it's a good thing to have things like this, have quick little access. If it's not TradingView, you can use other tools. Whatever broker you have, I'm pretty sure you can do the exact same thing. So make sure you're tracking it. I want to see if what other sectors are going to heat up. Drone sector hasn't really heated up yet, but there could be some spicy action on drone sector once we start taking off over here, pun intended. So once the drone sector, forget about FLT, forget about FLT, but once the drone sector starts getting heated, I mean, that's holding 200-day moving average. RCAT taking the $7 and start flying to the north side again, pun intended. That's a swing trade right there. You got an easy move on the break of 7 and higher for a move up to 9 or all-time high 15 or more, and all you're basically doing is risking maybe 200-day moving average or today's candle low, which is a high volume candle. You're getting a high volume candle close above the 200-day moving average and actually a bounce off the 200-day moving average. So going long anywhere in this area and basically risking even these double bottom lows, you're not risking too much for a very beautiful move up, potential move up, I'll say, coming up very soon. Today though, down 7% while the rest of the drone stocks are actually up. Just a couple ideas for you guys to keep an eye out for, but looks like the robotics sector is something to keep an eye out for. RR, my goodness. Okay, I didn't even know. What's going on with my keyboard? RR, didn't even know the stock was moving today. My goodness, what a move. Okay, so gotta watch for the robotic stocks. RR up 12%, or sorry, I should say 30%. iRobot up damn near 50%, going into a beautiful daily level of 450. I'm not expecting the stock to go above 450 tomorrow, but if it does, there's a good chance that you could look long above it, right? If we're holding support above 450, then there's a good long above on that trade. So multiple opportunities on some of these robotic names. I also want to put drone sector, sorry, not drone, quantum sector, QBTS, QUBT, IonQ, RR, IRBT. What other in the robotic sector were hot today? I guess those were the only two. SERV was the big name recently, and it is catching a Trump's traction. It is now going above the 200-day moving average also, so not bad. Okay, SERV looking something to be maybe thrown on the watch list too if interested. I know Baba reported their earnings report not in the best way. But now we're gonna ignore Baba. RKLB had a good day today. That's on my swing account. Let's go RKLB. A lot of my swing stocks are actually booming, baby. Let's go. I'm very happy seeing my RKLB or my swing names in general going up to the north side. DXYZ, so pretty sure, as I just mentioned, those boosters today did not land. The boosters actually blew up. Not sure if the rocket came back in one piece or not. So if that's not a good news, we might see DXYZ being in play a little bit with some volume coming in and a potential short opportunity over there. But the space sector seems to be very much in play. You know, Elon Musk is so ready to get back into work to try and get Mars as a goal for next year, to get Tesla robots next year, and everything going hella quick. PL making a 7% move. This is a name I'm actually very interested for my account. So PL over here, that's a pretty good bounce. And right before its earnings report, 8% move to the north side. PL above $4 tomorrow. I mean, yeah, I might be interested on something over here for PL. So maybe that's for my own account, not for a day trade. But I need to set an alert. So I'll put an alert on PL above 4. That way it reminds me tomorrow in case it does happen, and then I can take advantage of it. BA creating a nice flag at the moment. So right here, you got a boom. And then you got another one right here. Boom. So you got a nice flag. Basically what Tesla did today. If you go to Tesla's chart, TSLA, as one of my mentors, I should call him my mentor, I guess. He calls it Tessie the Bessie. Tesla basically giving you a beautiful flag breakout. I was teaching my dad this recently too, right? Look for these tight flags where you don't have to risk a lot. You get a nice little breakout, join the trend, take some profits. It holds the 21, or I think it's like the 9 moving average, holds the 9 moving average, takes out the consolidation seller high, and boom, we're off to the races. Where does it go next? I mean, who knows? It could possibly go into 400s, 500s if the market starts to look like it wants to take out all-time highs, right? Beautiful move on the market. Looks like we're just throwing up the middle finger to all sort of negative news. Actually, today was a good news, so it makes sense why the market went up today. So it was a positive news. I think it was the, what do you call it? Trump postponing the EU tariffs deadline until July or whatever. So that was a good catalyst. But you know, if this market starts going and you are not in the hottest names in the market, aka Meta, Tesla. I mean, Meta is once again you know, a multi-trillion-dollar company, right? So I shouldn't say multi, it's only 1.6, but almost getting to a $2 trillion company again. So we'll see if Meta will start going back up. It's looking pretty good at the moment. Apple is the only kind of struggling large cap over here. Google is also looking better now. Google has reclaimed its 200-day moving average. Amazon has been around its 200-day for a little while. Apple, Amazon, Google. Nvidia has been above it clearly, and Nvidia reporting earnings tomorrow will be very important for the whole market. I'm trying to remember if there's another large cap name that I can't remember. Tesla went to Microsoft, obviously. Microsoft basically going into all-time highs here. So what more do you want from the market? If you're not already invested, you're missing out. If you're reading this, it's too late. If you're reading this, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely too late. I thought it was Dick's trying to buy a Foot Locker. Remember, 10 plus minutes after my comment, I just saw your comment, Momo. My bad. Thank you, Momo, for helping us out. You don't know Prad? Prad killed your entrance music. Yes, I know. Thanks, TH, for snitching on me to Dieter. Thank you, you absolute snitch. Snitches get stitches, TH. God damn it, you fucking snitch. Okay, going through the watch list. I guess can't ignore cryptocurrency names. MSTR had a little bit of a red day today, diverging away from Bitcoin and crypto. I mean, crypto was good. I have IBIT on my long-term, I shouldn't say long-term, my swing-term account too. And it's booming, baby. All my stocks are booming. SE today up also. Let's go. All these stocks are looking good. I don't have Disney, but I'm just looking at HIMS over here. I mean, everything is looking good. Market's looking good. So just gotta appreciate it. Just gotta love it. Enjoy your positions if you have any. If you don't be discouraged, because there's still a lot of opportunity out there. Dollar Tree. It's basically giving you what I did on DG, but a little bit of a better setup. Ooh, DG is giving you even better setup over here, if you ask me. Better setup than the one I took it. So DG, if it breaks that little tight flag of 102.50, I might even add to my long. Low key, I might just add to my trade right above 102.50, 103. What even is that right there? What is that? 102.69. So yeah, 102.50. Once we get above it, I might even add to that trade, baby. Let's go. So DG, Dollar Tree, I think OLLI is another one, Ollie, which is another one, and this one's actually at all-time highs, even better if you ask me. You know, the strongest one of them. But if you're trying to play catch up, DG and Dollar Tree have been taking a little bit of a hit recently because of their own past, but they are looking better, right? Above the 200-day. The 200-day is now trying to flatten out and slow back up, and you got some good patterns showing up on them too. So I'm just loving it. Uber, you know, getting ready to potentially add to my Uber. I'm loving my Robinhood at the moment. Robinhood looking great. Potentially even adding to my Robinhood above this 67. If we do get back above 67, that's a nice little back and forth action right after earnings report. Beautiful. I might even add to this. Like, Robinhood looks like it wants to push into all-time high territory. So what more do you want from it at this point? So I'm looking at Robinhood, I'm looking at DG, I'm looking at CrowdStrike, Nvidia. There's so many names out there that you can literally point, right? I might even take a look at Robinhood tomorrow on the day trade if it does get above that level. Roblox was another one. RB, LK, Rocket Lab, RKLB. What's the other one? Yeah, it was RKLB. No, was it RKLB? Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one. It's like RKMT, Rocket Mortgage. RMT, Rocket Mortgage. Is it Rocket Companies now? Yeah, it's Rocket Companies now. RKT. Never mind. Yeah, I got confused a little bit. My mind was all over the place. But yeah, those are basically the names tomorrow, chat. Not a lot of secret sauce over here. Just tracking the hottest movers, watching how the market moves, and always being in tune with my tools, right? Just making sure that I'm using my tools. They are telling me what to trade. I'm not telling the market what to trade, not trying to impose my will and dictate my thoughts and so on, because sometimes that's how you get hurt. It's cool to have an idea, but if your idea is not supported with the actual setup, a playbook that you have statistics or data on and actually know how to execute, it's just an idea at that point. It's just a thought. It's a wazi, it's a fugazi, doesn't mean anything. So your thoughts don't matter. You got to support it with like, you know, actual playbook. So always watching my watch list, but always got to be in tune with your scanners over there. So make sure you have those. Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. What am I forgetting? Google. Last but not least is just QQQ, SPY, IWM, DIA. That's right, DIA. I did talk about Hood for my personal, or yeah, for my personal, not for the day trade. DG is something that I do also care, so I'm going to set an alert somewhere in this area for tomorrow or whenever it comes into play. And there was another one that I kind of got a little excited for. Was it Dollar Tree? Do I care about Dollar Tree? I mean, Dollar Tree could give you something, but it's just a slow-moving name. You know, there's better names to always park your capital in. You don't have to put your money in some of these names. Just one is enough, honestly. I'd much rather put it in fast-moving names, such as Nvidia, especially tomorrow. I might even YOLO into the earnings report tomorrow a little bit. Just try to see if I can catch a little bit of some fun on the Nvidia earnings report. RCAT was the other one that I'm interested on a possible move up, so I'll set an alert on RCAT. TEM, okay. Nothing else besides that. SLUN did make a move today. I did see that. Palantir, this one still hurts me, so it's hard for me to look into buy into Palantir. AVGO, why is that one not in the semiconductor list of stocks? AVGO, put that one in there. That one for sure needs to keep an eye out for, because if this one starts to get above like 236, whatever that price point is, that one's a fun trade to for sure be involved in. So AVGO, add one above. And then let's go set an alert on that one. AVGO, I'm just gonna move that right there. And what is that? 236.50, 237. So 236.50 to 237 on watch on AVGO. And that should be about it. Robotic sector, we kind of talked about that already. Yeah, that is basically all she wrote. Market looking good again. We did look a little scary. Moody's try to shake things up. Trump tried to help them out a little bit with, again, tariff talks, especially on Apple and on EU. But thankfully, all things looking a little bit better again, and we'll see how things set up tomorrow and going into this, once again, a little short week, but still a very, very active week thanks to Nvidia's earnings report. Also, we have tomorrow, which is Wednesday, so FOMC minutes. So FOMC minutes coming out tomorrow. IPO calendar, not sure if it's worthy to keep an eye out for. Maybe 57 million, that's not really that big, but economic calendar more important. So tomorrow we have FOMC minutes. That's going to be obviously something to keep an eye out for. You got a couple Fed members talking tomorrow. That's before the market even opens, so not too much of importance, I guess, over there. So yeah, only thing tomorrow that matters is FOMC minutes. And then Thursday you have PCE. Friday you have PCE also. Jobless claims, core PCE, GDP, core PCE again for Q1 and for April. Gotcha. Month over month, year over year. This is for the whole quarter. Gotcha. Okay. So you're getting a bunch of numbers on Friday, as you obviously do. But Thursday and Friday and Wednesday, even though it's a short week, it's a pretty active filled with earnings reports with some big names, and pretty actively filled with some good economic data coming out and some economic calendar moves that could potentially shake things up on the market for day traders. So make sure that you are tracking all of this stuff. Again, shout out to my affiliate sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go check them out. Prad15 to get 15% off, or just click on the link if it says click on the link. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next stream. Good luck, have fun on the markets, stick to your plans, don't break them. Catch you tomorrow. TraderPrad out. Peace. With your host TraderPrad, I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.